Well, I don't know about you guys, but I was watching the debates, and there's a few people. Even Tory says last week was like, Biden's gonna get the Rona. He's not gonna show up. Um, but he did show up. So I'm not sure where Tory says was getting that from, but doesn't really matter. The funny thing was that days and days and days ago, Trump had said, rules regarding the debate. I think we should have a third party check us for ear devices. And Team Biden said, yeah, okay, no problem. And then it was either yesterday or today. No, we're not going to agree to that after all. Team Biden. We don't want third party checking his ears, in case there's a little hidden earpiece like we've already seen. Not that it mattered. So I saw Steven, he texted me, man, Trump should just let him speak. He did cut off Biden quite a bit. He should just let him speak, let him say his thing. But I can understand. I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree with Steven. But when you spent the last 3.5 years trying to be president, fighting off the overthrowing of yourself, a coup by Biden, as he mentioned, Trump did mention, yeah, you started with the Logan Act. You guys got caught. You and Obama knew all about it. Biden was like, didn't really say anything about that. So, I mean, look, I can understand, because as soon as it was Biden's turn, $750 tax is all he paid. Again, he's just running with these same lies that the mainstream media runs with. It's all false. No, Trump didn't pay $750. Again, look at the tax report. I retweeted it on actually Twitter a couple of times. And they're like, oh yeah, look at the New York Times. I guess nobody could read this. He paid $1 million or $2 million there, $4 million or $5 million there. Something like that. And anyways, no expert caught that. Oh no, it says $750 on that one. But like I did say, and now supposedly leaked tax returns. But remember, the Supreme Court ruled he has to show his taxes. And I told you then, that opens the door to show Pelosi's, Chuck Schumer, Joe Biden, Obama, all of the Democrats. All of the dirty Dems. You guys will have to, because for God's sakes, if the president has to show it, you little peons, you're going to have to show yours too. Pelosi, how did you get $125 million roughly net worth on your salary? How's that happen? Obama, how the hell did you get multiple millions? He's like $20-30 million, I think, net worth. How'd you get that $15 million house on the edge of the coast over there? All the books get opened up for everybody. So I can understand, after being president for 3.5 years, having the House completely against you, the House of the Congress, run by Democrats, completely against you, trying to impeach you on nothing. On, again, as he said, a perfectly good phone call. The transcripts are here. He said, I'm the only president that's been impeached by the House for a perfectly good phone call. Now Nancy Pelosi will threaten to impeach you again if you do your constitutional duty and elect or select the Supreme Court justice to fill an empty seat. Like he said tonight, the presidency isn't 3 years, it's 4. And if a seat comes up, I'm going to do my job. You don't think you leftists wouldn't do this? And we've seen all the videos of Joe Biden telling you, Hillary telling you, all of them telling you, oh, of course, this is the president's. It doesn't matter if it's the last year, they have the right to do this, Of course, they're not going to talk about that in the debates. Joe Biden's not. So anyways, Joe Biden's just going to run these smear campaigns the whole time against Trump. And I'm sure Trump's going to just say his piece and steamroll over him speaking anyways. Did it bother me? Not really. I agree with Steven. Trump, you could have just let him talk. There's so many of us that support you. Like you said, tens of thousands show up. Three people showed up for Sleepy Joe Biden. He said whatever. He didn't say Sleepy Joe. I think he said Joe Biden. 3 people show up. I got tens of thousands coming. That's why you could have just let that moron talk. Let him talk. It's meaningless. It doesn't matter. You've already won. And they've already lost. So yeah, you could have let him say his piece. But I'll be honest. Towards the very end, a thought popped in. The roundtable discussion, debate, if you will, that I was on JC's channel with Spaghetti Lady, Pink Lasagna, Purple Lasagna, Rainbow Lasagna Lady, Aurora. And I thought, man, which one was more exciting? And I felt a resounding, oh my God, yours was. Your debate with that lady, which included Jenny, Moonstone, and Mimi, and JC was the moderator. JC was Chris Wallace tonight. I think ours was a little bit more heated and exciting, to tell you the truth. And so we're trying to get to finish it because we were going to do 2 parts to that debate. And of course, it was 3 hours long. She's ready to go. Whoever was ready to go. And JC said, well, let me invite everybody back, because we promised the guests this and we never finished. So he sent me an email. I guess I'm going to go check that and reply. But I'm down. I'm totally down for it. And I don't want to have to get into a screaming match. I don't want to have to do that. I'd rather just have a debate. But I do have a fuse a mile long. And for 3 hours of just me, Jenny, I got one last thing to say, and I wanted to say my piece. So, anyways, I think if J Step 4 is Trump, or J Step 4 in the debate versus Trump, I'm going to say my vote was on our debate. And if you haven't seen that yet, go on Beyond Mystic YouTube channel. It's one of the last things he posted. It was like a 3-hour video. There's like 5 of us on there. Look, I'm the first one to say, like, if something's an hour, I can't watch it. I don't care how good it is. Like, I don't have the time anymore. Can I have a summary, please? But I had somebody comment, I'll never watch a 3-hour video. I won't even watch a 1 hour. But I went ahead and watched that one. Oh my God, guys, you got to go watch this. It's pure gold. They wrote that in Telegram. I'm like, yeah, it was kind of, it was a little bit heated and interesting, So I thought, I think our debate was actually better than the presidential debate tonight. That's kind of awesome, to tell you the truth. So, by the way, I guess it's been about 2 days now. I have to get a septic, I think I already mentioned this, the drain field. And they got to rip the old one out, which they did, and put the new one in, bring in fill dirt, sand stuff, whatever. Got a grinder pump. Also, because the hill that they're now creating for the leach field is higher than the septic, so it has to pump it into there, whatever. So anyways, we had to get power run too. And fiber optic internet cable, bang, gone. Chopped in half. Uh-oh. And I thought, oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was ran right across the effing septic tank system. That's just how they ran it when they did this house, I guess. So I'm like, crap. So I had to call the provider. Yeah, it's my fault. I mean, it's my fault. Yeah, you're supposed to call it. I know. I didn't even think about it. Sorry. And with 90 cents a foot or something, it's like 250 feet. Whatever. It cost me a couple $100 to, it's my fault. So the other issue, but I reminded the guy, I'm like, because he's like, yeah, I came out here last time. I said, oh yeah, just for the record, last time, your guy cut my effing cable in half and then gave it to my neighbor because they signed up for service. He goes, yeah, I remember that one. That was our fault for sure. I said, yeah, I was not happy about that. That would really piss me off that he would just do that. He goes, yeah, I remember that one. I had to fix his mess up. He goes, but yeah, he goes, by the way, we've got a guy. It's probably the 6th time after this. He goes, I won't have time today, so I'll have to go tomorrow. But it's the 6th time he's run over it, chopped it up on a tractor. This guy's got acreage. And we tell him every single time, I'm going to leave flags in the ground where the cable's gone. You need to take a picture. You need to do something to figure out so you know where this cable's at so you don't do this again. Because his is run like 4,000 or 5,000 feet long. Times that by 90 cents. You cut it, and your fault, they ain't coming for free. $4,000 bill. And the guy wasn't having it. It's pissed off, so they said they worked with him the first time when it was that big. And it's not just like a splice where, okay, we can splice it. It's usually like a total hack job. So he was like, I got to go see that guy next. He goes, and they told me, if he wiped it out again, we're cutting his service off. It's over. We can't afford it. The guy's going to kill us, financially. So I said, I can understand. I'll be honest. I can understand that. I can promise you, you won't have to come back to my house. Now that this is out of the way of the septic thing, you don't have to worry about that. And yes, I take full responsibility for this. You only got to show me once. So, poor guy. So anyways, the day it happened, I was down. I think it was Sunday. down for because this was almost in the morning time we did this. Internet's down, can't do my videos. Oh crap. Next day, which was Monday, yeah, we can come out, but they didn't come out till later in the day. So it was like late yesterday that it was done, and I was just I had a lot of crap to do yesterday. And I wasn't about to use my damn phone to do videos and like reply. I had a crap ton of Patreon posts. I had like 59 questions, private messages. I got 18 now. I already answered them this morning. I got 18 more right now staring at me. I don't even know how many emails. 61 on one, 34 on the other. So that's a call out. Basically 100 emails there I got to answer. Got 18 new Patreon posts, or again, messages that I got to answer. So, sorry I didn't do a video for a day and a half or so, but I'm back. And had another busy day today, actually. And, I think I mentioned we had this lady and her two kids, her two daughters staying with us, going through a bad divorce, and it's either our house or a woman's shelter. And I'm like, nah, And she has a dog and a cat, and we already have a dog and a cat. And I'm like, no, we don't want any more animals. I got a dog and a cat, that's it. But I can't say no to that. All right, come on. But we have a freezer, like a small chest freezer. We have a pretty decent sized 2-door fridge. And then a small, like, cooler, whatever, like a, little small one, mini fridge outside on the back patio. And so we're kind of sharing space. Her and her two kids. So they got their grocery stuff. And, of course, things that need to be refrigerated. We do, too. It's getting a little tight. So I said, today, you know what I'm going to go do, Evelyn? Oh, God, what? Because usually when I say that, oh, my God, what are you going to go buy? No, I'm not buying anything. Well, okay. I'm going to go buy a refrigerator. You caught me. I'm going to go buy a refrigerator. And those things are expensive. I'm just going to go buy a jabroni refrigerator from Lowe's or somewhere. Just a regular fridge. I'm going to put it also in the back. It's covered space, the back patio. And they can use that. That'll be their whole fridge for themselves. So it's getting too tight. So I'm looking online, $550, $600 for a new one. And they're the smaller, nothing real fancy. Joe, why don't you just go to Craigslist? Let me take a peek. Oh. Yeah, look, yeah, maybe. Decent price, but I see a little rust on some of the slides and the little cabinet, or the little trays. Nope, I'm like rust. I'm not liking that. Oh, there's a nice double door. Oh, not double door. Regular door, but decent sized. Freezer on top, fridge below. A lot of space inside. $200. And it looked pretty good. And the front door is stainless steel. The sides are not. It's like, got that vinyl. I don't even know what the hell it is. Some kind of, something with vinyl on the outside, I guess. And then like a stainless door. So I was like, well, okay. It had one small little ding like in the freezer. Just on the outside, barely. $200. I'm on my way. Got the trailer. Heading over there. Hey, looks good. He loads it up on the back of the trailer. He's like, I brought a nice big, like, professional strap down, DOT approved. And he's like, I was like, maybe we should put up, because the trailer, it's an aluminum trailer, but it's got a nice big tailgate, that goes down ramp style. But it comes up. I'm like, why don't we just kind of mount the refrigerator to that, because it's not going to, if I hit the brakes too hard, it ain't, it's got a back. If I go forward too fast, it's not going to fall off the back, and we can strap it to the back rather than strap it to the top, so he goes, no, well, if we put it in the back, the tongue weight's going to come up a little bit. I'm like, okay, the refrigerator weighs a couple hundred pounds. I'm not worried. The tongue weight is not going to be an issue, but whatever. He goes, I got this, watch this. He puts it at an angle so that the pointy square, square refrigerator, he angles it so it's not like this facing forward, but like this. It's like the door is like this way, so it cuts the wind. He goes, yeah, it just cuts the wind. Oh, okay. So he straps it down the sides. All right, and now it's not against the back. It's closer to the axles of the trailer. Okay. He goes, this ain't going nowhere, trust me. All right. And as I drive off, call it my intuition, call it whatever you want to call it, I'm just glued on the rearview mirror. And it's dark down this road. There's not many street lights for a while. And so when a car would pass by, okay, that's light, okay. And then I don't even know if I got maybe a mile and a half, 2 miles. Looking up. Wait a minute, it doesn't look like it's square. It's like it's shifted. What the? Oh boy, I better just stop and pull over. don't hit the brakes hard, because if the strap came off, it's going over. So I slowly turned the turn signal on, had a few cars behind me, slow down really, nice and easy, get off to the side of the road, put my flashers on. Oh, the strap is definitely off, and right as I was pulling over, the strap, the one part, the very end that has one of the hooks on it, on the strap, it's a come-along cable basically, got caught under the trailer. As I was pulling off to the side, I can feel it, the trailer, like one of the tires, and then it broke loose. I was like, oh snap. So I'm like, I might have to pull the cable, or the strap off under the wheel or what. So the wheel kind of on the strap and broke it. It like burned it, you could say, just because it's scraping on the ground for a minute. Broke that right off. So I just got a little floppy strap, but I was only going like maybe 10 mile an hour, 5 mile an hour as I was slowing down right when I felt it do that. So I stopped just in the nick of time. Refrigerator standing fine, but it's now pretty much pushed itself towards the back. Anyways, right where I was originally wanting it. So I'm like, oh, my trailer happens to have these mini straps that are built into the sides. So I just grabbed 2 of them, connected them at the top of the fridge, nice and tight, and it's already backed up against the thing anyways. I'm like, okay, now this thing ain't going anywhere. So, this expert guy and he does this for a living because his place was filled with washers, dryers, refrigerators. He just does it. So he's put them on a trailer a time or two. But my aluminum trailer has wood slats or whatever for the base that you would drive on or whatever, or put stuff on. And it was raining on the way there, so it's wet. And I noticed how easy that fridge was for me to manipulate just a little bit. And I'm thinking, well, even though it was tied down at the top, every time, maybe the thing's shaking as we're driving, I think it was just kind of sliding back a little bit until the strap just, boom, came down and then got under the wheel, whatever. So anyways, everything was fine. And I drove home kind of the back way, so I didn't go over like 55. And it never gave me, I got out one light, double checked it real quick. Oh, it's tight. Good. We're good. Got home, put it on the back porch, plugged it in, good to go. So got this lady a nice refrigerator for the temporary. And I thought, well, who couldn't use an extra refrigerator anyways? Like, we could always use one, So the day comes when she's, leaves, which I don't know how long that's going to take, to be honest with you. I'm thinking it could be a month, 2 months. I'm not real sure. But women's shelter or our house. And again, when you have a family outside your house, or outside your family, 2 different families living together in the same house, there could be a little bit of friction at times. Her kids, my kids, So, but again, what's the right thing to do? It wasn't even a question. So it's like, no, stay until you get your stuff taken care of. Divorce, they're going to try to sell the house. She'll get her portion, he'll get his, possibly, whatever. They got lawyers involved because he's just a complete piece of garbage, to tell you the truth. So he's making things difficult for her. But she's recording the text messages. Like, when they see what he said to her, dude, you don't stand a chance. He didn't even hire a divorce attorney. He hires an effing immigration attorney. Oh my God. I wish him the best of luck. But at any rate, I wanted to let you know where I've been the last couple of days. I was internet free, if you will. And today, I was a very busy day doing all kinds of stuff. So, I'm back. Next video, we're going to talk about theta. 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 I didn't even have to play Steven's song. Again, I gave you the full one. You got to have theta, 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 baby. And that pumped it from 75 to it damn near touched 80 cents. And I want to tell you about that. And I got something from Woo Woo Dude yesterday and today, on something we think is going to do a 30 to 32, 33 times move by January, on or about roughly January. And I think it's solid. And then I got oh my gosh, remember when Trump said this? So I had to do an update to that post on Patreon. saying, I think Woohoo is going to be right on this. It's going to be effing huge. And then I remembered something on the way home today, just now with the refrigerator. Don't forget about that. That's another thing. Oh my God. Dude, don't you remember what your insider told you? So I got to go update that post on Patreon. But I do want to talk to you about Theta real quick. And it's might be more appropriately done in a separate video than this one. Take care.